Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so incredibly excited about today's video because we are going to be testing out, I'm going to be sharing my first impressions on the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Now, I posted on Instagram just yesterday, actually. This package just arrived on my doorstep, and I posted a picture of the empty Sephora box, the unopened Sephora box, and asked you guys to guess what was inside of this box. One of you did guess correctly, and I also had a comment from someone that said, I have no idea, considering that you're someone that's very budget conscious. Part of me kind of died inside because we all know that Natasha Denona is the absolute opposite of a budget-conscious makeup brand, especially when it comes to her eyeshadow palettes. Those of you that follow me all know that I am a huge fan of eyeshadows and eyeshadow palettes. They are my favorite makeup product, my favorite thing to try out and collect, and I've always been very curious about the Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula, but her price tag is just so excessively high. I just thought it was always way outside of my reach or anything I would ever feel comfortable investing my own money in. But when she announced this palette and that it was going to be a smaller palette, half the size of her full-sized ones, but also half the price, I was very, very intrigued. I started following her Instagram account constantly. I just could not get this eyeshadow palette out of my mind. So I ended up deciding to pick this thing up. This took a huge chunk of my makeup budget. I likely will not be buying makeup for quite a while, but I'm so excited to try this out for myself, but also for you guys. I want to let you guys know if I think this is worth the price tag, because even at half the price, it still is extremely expensive. So I hope that you guys are excited about this one. I have not even opened this box yet. I thought we could do it together. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell, and let's go ahead and open up this little box. Alright you guys, so here is the box right here. I've been trying to open it for about 3 minutes now without ripping the box because it's so pretty. I love this reflective kind of red. Moment of truth. I hope nothing is broken in here. That would be so sad. So here it is. Alright, there she is. We have just a hard case here. This is such a beautiful rusty red, almost orange color. Please don't be broken. Oh my gosh. Okay, those are beautiful. So I want to show you guys a size comparison. Here is the Anastasia Riviera palette. You can see that her pans, even in this smaller version, are still a little bit larger than the Anastasia ones. The fact that they're half the price of the other ones, I was worried that these would be microscopic because it's so hard to get a sense for that online. But I'm actually pretty impressed with the size of these. They're not terribly small. So I am planning to do a 7 looks video with this thing, hopefully very soon. I'm also working on another 7 looks video using the Friendcation palette. That video is I'm about halfway done with the looks in there. So there will be a couple of those 7 looks videos coming up. So let's just jump right in and start doing some live swatches. Let's start with this top row right here. So I'm gonna swatch, let's see, these 3 first. Alright, so there are those 3 right there. I probably should have done these like starting on this side. Bear with me guys, this is not going to be the most well thought out swatching right here, but we're just gonna go with it. And then these 2 in this corner. This one is a very true yellow. I have never seen a yellow that is more of a true lemon yellow like that color is. I have a lot of yellows in my collection, so I'm gonna swatch these right on this side. Oh my goodness, look at that yellow. Whew. That is a very bold yellow. That is very fun. I love a good yellow. I have quite a few more soft kind of mustard yellows, but that is a true vivid, brighter than a mustard yellow. That is such a fun shade. Alright, so I've wiped off my fingers. Let's move down to these ones right here. We're going to swatch these 3 just right next to those. So there we have the kind of gold. There's the matte peach. Oh, that's a pretty matte peach. Ooh, love that. And then the light gold. Very pretty. Hopefully you guys can see that. Kind of self-conscious about the underside of my arms. but you can hopefully see these swatches right there. Those are beautiful. So moving into these last 2 on this row. So we have the matte pink and then the shimmery sort of purpley pink. Ooh, that is so pretty. That's very iridescent. I don't know if that's coming across on camera, and I noticed in the swatches I had a hard time telling what those 2 kind of purpley shades in here, this one and this one, looked like in a swatch. You can see them right here. There's the one right there, and then the other one is right here. They both have a bit of iridescence to them. This one is more of a pink kind of iridescent. This is like a purpley, kind of purpley pink iridescent shade with a blue shift. For the last row, let's start down in this corner right here and go with this bronze. We'll swatch these on my other arm. And there's a very soft kind of peachy orange, and then a very true rust tone color. So we're going to swatch these right here. Oh wow, that's a pretty bronze. Okay, there's the orangey shade. That is a very fun, it's like a true orange creamsicle color. And then the rust color right there. Beautiful. Okay, these are swatching so nice. Okay, let's move into the last two colors. These ones down here. This one is like a darker kind of orange soda color. And this is a true plum. So there's that orange right there and the plum. These ones are matte. So all four of these on that bottom row, the last four are mattes. Beautiful. Oh, this color. I love a good plum toned, almost like a brown, but it has quite a bit of purpley plum in it. I love that type of a color in the outer corner. So stunning. So excited about these. So I want to compare these two oranges right here. We have this yellow right here, and then this one is kind of a soft peach. Okay guys, so here are the swatches. Hopefully you guys can see these. Very pretty. Cannot wait to play with these. Alright, so for today's look, I'm going to do something kind of neutral. I know that's kind of boring, but I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with the colors in here when I do that 7 looks video that will be coming up shortly. So for today, I want to keep things relatively soft and neutral. We're going to use this color in the crease, which is the color Morgan. Just a very beautiful, beautiful peach. I know these are like the remnants of the swatches underneath. It's almost a pinky peach. It's such a pretty color. Then I think I'll go in with this kind of light peachy gold right here. This is the color Laurel. That we'll use as our lid shade. And then for the outer corner, we're going to go with this color right here, which I imagine I'm going to get a lot of use out of. This is the color Clove. It's kind of that purpley plum. Pretty combination right there. So let's go with that. I'm going to pull my hair back because it's driving me crazy. It's raining today, and whenever it rains, my hair is so big. And it's already big, but it's extra like big and fluffy and kind of drives me nuts. But all right, so let's go ahead and play with these babies. I'm going to use just the brushes I typically use in most of my tutorials and makeup looks that I do for you guys. So starting off with the Morphe M504, we're going to dip into the color Morgan, and I'm going to just apply that slightly above my crease, kind of up on my brow bone. I want just a nice wash of color in this area, just right across the underside of my brow. I do have a very large brow bone. If you have a smaller brow bone, you could apply this directly into your crease, but I like mine to take up a good amount of space. That is stunning. Oh my goodness. The pigment in just that one little dip of color is pretty incredible. I don't even feel like I need to dip back in or blend anymore. This just is applying so nice. I will say this, if you are not into warm tones, you can save yourself $65 because this is 99% a warm tone palette. The only one I would even say is possibly not warm toned is this one right here. Even these kind of plums and pinks have quite a bit of warmth to them, which I love, but I know a lot of people out there don't like their warm tones. So that might be a sigh of relief for some of you out there that don't like warm tones. But if you like sunset sort of colors, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm taking that same color on this small buffer brush by Juvia's Place and just running that under the lower lash line. So far though, guys, I can't deny that these are going on seamlessly. And I kind of hate to say that. There's always a part of me when I'm trying out a high-end product that I almost want to be like, oh, well, this is nice, but I have something that's every bit as nice that's significantly more affordable. Because I love saving money myself, and I love trying to save you guys money as well. But holy moly, I feel like that could be my look for today, and it is so pretty. Gosh dang it, now I want that Biba palette even more. Oh, you can't, Mandy. You have a son that's going to college in a few years. You have to control yourself. You just can't do it. All right, and now we're going to go into this shade right here. This is the shade Laurel. This is like a pink toned, I don't know if I'd call this a champagne or a gold, like a sort of pinky gold champagne. I'm going to pop that all over my lid just using my ring finger. Very curious about her shimmer formula. It's pretty. It's not like crazy intense, but sometimes I'm okay with that. In fact, I think if you're someone that has texture on your eyelids, I feel like a finish like this that's not quite as bam reflective like the Juvia's Place formula or even some of the Anastasia ones, I think are a little bit more universally flattering. So I think that they work. If you have a lot of texture on your eyelids, these are a little bit more refined and not quite as reflective, but still have a really beautiful finish that's kind of a little bit more soft. Sort of like a soft focus look is kind of how a soft focus shimmer Did I just coin that phrase? That sounds really good, actually. That's what these remind me of. I kind of feel like these would be a more universal type of shimmer. If you're looking for impact and intensity, I'm not sure, at least with this shade, that this would be like your favorite shade in the world, but it's beautiful. I mean, that looks really pretty with that peach. Okay, still impressed. Let's move on to the last color I'm going to use today, which is this color right here. This is the color Clove. Again, this is kind of a, I wouldn't call this a brown at all, but it's almost a brown tone purple, if that makes sense. It just is that perfect purple for your outer corner. I love this type of a shade in my outer crease. I'm going to go in with my MAC 217 brush. This one is pretty soft, and we're just going to kind of apply that right. Oh my gosh. You guys see that? That is beautiful. So I'm going to show you guys right now what this reminds me of, though. I actually have that palette in my shop, my stash. This is reminding me a lot of the ColourPop Through My Eyes palette. Okay, they don't look anything alike in the pan. And this one is definitely not quite as buttery and smooth, but it applies beautifully. So here's the ColourPop one. This one might even be a little bit deeper, but they look very similar on the outer corner of the eye. They look nothing alike on the finger and probably swatched. Yeah, they are nothing alike swatched. But let's try this. If you were to combine this kind of pinky color right here with a little bit of this sort of purple tone right there, I wonder if this would swatch somewhat similarly. So here is the darker ColourPop one. Here is the Natasha Denona one, and then this is the combined. Okay, still not the same. In fact, I would say the Natasha Denona one is a little bit more kind of on the neutral side. It has a little bit more of like a brown base, or a neutral base to it, I should say. It's not quite as vibrant and colorful, which I think can be a great thing, unless you're looking for color, you know, intense color. I do still think that this color, when you smoke it out into your crease, behaves very similarly to the dark color in this palette. But I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I am in love. I'm in love right now. And I kind of hate that I am. I can just hear some of you that so appreciate my budget conscious mind. I can feel you just like throwing tomatoes at your screen right now, but I can't lie, I love it. I think more than anything, I mean, these colors are beautiful. I love these type of colors. These definitely are, they're warm tones, but they also have some color in them. So they just apply in like a soft way. I can't explain it. I hope that you guys are kind of able to see what I'm talking about. I don't know that I've ever had to work so little to get such a pretty eye look, if that makes any sense. But truly, these are beautiful. I'm just taking that same color Clove, and I'm just a touch of it on the tip of this brush. We're just dragging it from that outer corner right down below, just that outer part of my lower lash line. I just want that smokiness right on this very corner right here. I think that's all I want to do. Maybe we'll take a tiny bit of this gold right here. This is the color Agate, and we're going to pop just a little bit of that into the inner corner. This is the lightest shade in the palette. Normally I like something really brightening on my inner corner. This is a little bit more of like a flesh tone color, but that looks really pretty on the inner corner. I was just about to criticize this palette for not having something a little bit lighter, but gosh, that's pretty. But if you're super, super fair, I think that these would probably be too dark to use on your inner corner. There really isn't a brow bone highlight in here. So let's just try to find a few things wrong with this palette just to keep things balanced. That would be my one thing that I think that you might want in some of the looks that you create. And also maybe if you're not into this kind of purpley toned brown, you might miss a dark chocolatey brown in this as well. All right, you guys, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of liner to my waterline. This is just my Wet n Wild brown pencil liner. Now I'm going to take a couple of coats of my Volume Stylist mascara, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look using the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I am in love with this thing, and I kind of didn't want to be. There was a part of me that didn't want to be. There was a part of me that truly wanted to be, because I just spent a whole lot of money on this thing, but I have to say I'm so impressed with it so far. Keep in mind, this is just my first impressions. I only used 3 shades from this palette on my eyes today. I will be sure to give you guys a thorough review and update in a future video. I am planning to do a 7 looks video with this palette, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. I will do a more thorough review in that video. I also want to go through my collection, find some similarities to other palettes that I already have, especially some of my ColourPop palettes. I want to try and give you guys options, because I know not everybody can afford to buy this palette. It is pretty pricey, so I will try to include include that in that 7 looks video as well. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video and my other videos. Hit that notification bell. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, for watching this video, for supporting me and my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a great day or evening, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye. Oh, I don't want to rip it. There we go. So here, oh my gosh, Mandy, come on. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Micellar water accident. Hold on. Ah. You guys missed it. That was a true case of dominoes. I have my micellar water, which I leave on the back of my desk, tipped over. The lid broke, so it was starting to spill. So I went to grab it, knocked over one of my lights, which tipped over and hit my other light. Luckily, I grabbed them both before they crashed and shattered and wreaked havoc on my setup here. Quite the outtake today. I am so incredibly clumsy. Smile always looks fake or scary. I don't know how to do a smile. That looks like a smile. It doesn't look fake or scary. Siri, how do you pronounce A-G-A-T-E?
I found this on the web.
That doesn't help me.